Good morning. So, as promised, I am going to do the pantry tour from everything that we moved. Um, I had explained in our video for the week 2 of the pantry challenge that one thing that we have kind of noticed by doing this pantry challenge is that even though we did inventory of everything that we have, everything we had was still kind of like in separate areas just because of the way our house is designed. We had some stuff in the hallway that goes to the laundry room. We had stuff in the kitchen. We had food and stuff in the garage, and then we also had a shelf in my craft room for like all of our mason jars, like all of our canned food. So what we did is we spent all of last week um, reorganizing and cleaning everything and redesigned or what would you call it? Like put everything in a different way in the craft room to where we could actually make a pantry slash craft room because that room actually gets pretty cold. So I will give you a tour of what we did, and to me, I'm really excited now. I can walk in, I can see everything as far as our canned food, our dried food, our grocery canned food, our overstock of things, stuff like that. So it makes it a lot easier. And then eventually someday, I don't know when, but I would like to maybe put my craft stuff in a separate area so I could put up more shelves and maybe keep all of my mason jars and some other stuff in there, maybe even possibly the freezers. I don't know that I want to do the freezers though because they're still pretty big, so it would actually take up the whole room. So I'm going to show you the room that we did to create a whole pantry and give you a pantry tour. I hope you like it. So let's check out this pantry. It's like when the light turns on, I just hear, oh. Anyway, so I'm going to give you a tour of the pantry. Let's see if I can get this camera set up at a better angle. So here I've got my cookbooks. I have these set up according to style of food. So I have like all the Italian cookbooks together, and I have like my canning cookbooks together, fermentation cookbooks, cooking with herbs. I have them all like organized as far as what they are rather than doing the biggest to littlest. I had it like that before, but I spent more time looking for a book than it was just ridiculous. So I thought, well, I'll just do it by the type of book, then I'd make it easier. So up here I've got my canned peaches and apples, pears, and pumpkin. This is our last jar of pasta sauce, so I definitely did not make enough of that. I'm going to need to make way more come next season. Potatoes, sweet potatoes, carrots, spinach, carrots, or corn, sorry about that. This is a turkey bean soup. These are some stews, chili stew, and this is barbecue beef, hamburger meat, and then this is a sloppy Joe mix. These are our canned beans, which I left room because I need to do more. We're down to 2 jars, but I'm going to do smaller jars this time because we don't seem to eat that much. And then this is some canned lamb, all of our salsa that I made. And then down here I have our dehydrated mushrooms, our wheat berries, baking soda. Here I've got our broth, pickles, jalapenos. This is the last jar I have of the caramelized onions, so I will need to do more of those. Our carrot soup. This is actually a green tomato relish that I made. I had a bunch of green tomatoes that didn't ripen before I first freeze, so I thought, well, do I want to ripen them? What do I want to do? I found a recipe for a green tomato relish that is just phenomenal. You can use it on like bratwurst, sauerkraut, hot dogs, or sauerkraut. You can use sauerkraut on bratwurst. What is that? Kielbasa. So bratwurst, kielbasa, or hot dogs, things like that, or even just eat it with crackers. But that's really good. And then our ghee, I'm actually making more. I've got a bunch of them cooling. Some celery, cranberry, our jellies, and then I get into my dry goods over here. So I have like all of our nuts and like raisins, plums, whole dates, figs. These are all dried goods. Then I have some spices and some flowers. Like I have calendula that I do a salve with. I also do teas with that. Just some different things. Some radishes that I dried for soups. Cilantro, things like that. Brown rice down there. And then up here, I've got our dried bananas, which I like those for a snack, but I also give them to my rabbits, my pet rabbits. And then we have dried bell peppers, breadcrumbs, granola, some different flours. We've got like whole wheat flour, light rye, dark rye, semolina flour, and then some cornmeal, baking soda, tortilla mix, things like that. And then some lentils. We have the yellow, the green, and the red. And then I also have like sprouting seeds. So we do like our own alfalfa sprouts. And then like this one, this is a bean salad sprout. But this does, I think this has like radish sprouts, alfalfa sprouts. It's got all kinds of different sprouts in it. Same with the salad mix one. That's got all kinds of different ones in it as well. Broccoli. And then this, I did some spinach. I dehydrated some spinach. And then I powder it. And so I'll add this to like our breakfast quiches or some different dishes that I'm making. I just sprinkle it in there to get the vegetables. Get some vegetable in there. And then down there I have our mung beans and some apple cider vinegar, just some random things. Up here I've got all of our homemade pasta plus the pasta that we buy, because we buy our macaroni. I don't like the way our pasta machine makes macaroni noodles. And then our cream of chicken and cream of celery. I do have a couple cans of the cream of mushroom, but I'm actually, as soon as I use that up, I won't be buying any more cream of mushroom. Since I dehydrated so many mushrooms, I actually found a recipe for cream of mushroom soup that is to die for. So we'll be just making our own from there. And eventually I'll be doing our own cream of celery and cream of chicken. And then just some regular soups. Our cans of tomatoes. I had to get a bunch of these because I didn't do enough pasta sauce. So now I've got to make pasta sauce out of those. And then some rice and crackers. Then down here we've got like all of our extra condiments, like our barbecue sauce, dipping sauces, extra mustard, molasses, things like that. Because we make our own brown sugar, so I do buy the molasses. I'll have to do a video on that. That's like super easy to make. And then, let's see, am I out of view yet? There we go, that's a much better view. So finally got all of our cereals in one area, the stuff to make tamales. I put our spices in here, or not spices, but like our seasoning mixes. And so like this one is a chicken pot pie seasoning that I do for when I make our chicken pot pies. And some cake mixes. These right here, so like this is the blueberry muffin mix. You can either make the blueberry muffins with them, or you can make pancakes with them. If you're going to make pancakes, instead of doing a half a cup of milk, just add like a little bit more. Not quite 3/4 cup, but an egg. And then you can make pancakes with these. So yummy. So I use those for pancake mixes. I've got all my teas. The like Gatorades and drink mixes and extra coffee and stuff down here. And then extra corn syrup and food coloring and extracts. This is just kind of like a snack shelf. I've got some canned fruits and stuff. This is just kind of stuff I snack on during the week when I'm working. And then I've got our like Ziploc baggies and aluminum foil and trash bags and stuff like that. And then I've got some extra flour and stuff down here. And then in here I've got our all-purpose flour, bread flour, sugar, pinto beans, long white rice, our cat food. And then I have my dehydrator in the corner. So these are food grade buckets, but we buy the really big bags. So I transferred into there just so that we don't get any weevils or, you know, flour bugs or anything in there. So that is what we have. But this shelf will eventually kind of migrate over there, and I'll do something else with that one. So that is our pantry. reorganized and got everything into one room. I absolutely love it. It is making things so much easier. Like I said, I do have my craft stuff. Like I've got my sewing machine over here and my Cricut over there, and so the other two walls are kind of filled with that stuff. But eventually I would like to put like all of my craft stuff in a different room. But I basically, I put in my earbuds and started cleaning and reorganizing and figuring out how we wanted to do these shelves. And, speaking of putting my earbuds in, so whenever I do like cleaning or doing projects like this, I always look for like different podcasts or whatever to just kind of listen to. Well, I came across this one. It's called Our Kind of Homesteading. And it's two women, their sisters, Sherry and Shauna, and they are hilarious. So I listen to them on the Amazon Music. I think they do have a few podcasts on YouTube, but they are on the Amazon music app that you get with Amazon Prime. So they are absolutely hilarious. I laugh so hard. So if you get a chance to go listen to them, it is uncut, it is unfiltered, it is the total truth. They are absolutely hilarious. So I definitely recommend them. But anyway, I put in my earbuds and listened to their podcast and laughed so hard I cried. And they have one about that they do for chickens, and they keep it real. Like, when you have animals, bottom line, you're always covered in shit or something. You got it everywhere. But they are absolutely hilarious. They definitely don't hold back. But I really enjoyed listening to them. And so anyway, if you get a chance, listen to them. But I'm always looking for different podcasts. So if there's a podcast that you guys would recommend me listening to, please put it in the comments. I am more than happy to check it out. I would, love to see what else is out there. Because a lot of times, you run across things, you have your same ones that you listen to, and then one will pop up and you just kind of go, and you listen to it and end up liking it, or you don't. So I just listened to the podcast, got this all organized, got everything all together. Absolutely love it. Think it's fantastic. I would like to at least get like my mason jars and stuff in here, but right now there's no room. But this room stays pretty cold, so I'm really excited about that. But I promised you guys I would do a pantry tour, so this is our new pantry, and I love how it's organized, and we're going to continue on with the pantry challenge and see different ways that we can improve to make things a lot better, a lot more organized and sustainable for us. I'm kind of keeping a little notebook of different ways that we, maybe need to prepare better for next year, so that we have, we could be even more successful. Because, I want to be more and more self-reliant every year. So I'm keeping a notebook of maybe different vegetables I need to grow more of. I'm maybe different things I need to can more of, things like that. So I am keeping a notebook of that. I'm fixing to actually go through all my seeds, see what I've got, get my seeds ordered, because that's coming up and I'm already probably running a little late. So I'm hoping I can get everything that I need. But thank you guys for joining me this morning. It's another beautiful day, so I'm actually going to head outside and get some things done outside today, since it is pretty, and I don't want to waste a pretty day because it's been so cold. So thank you for joining me, and remember, every day is a new beginning. Stay blessed.